There you go.
He says you can never talk to me that way.
Do you
He does need a partner.
are you claiming any kind of title for your own school or for your own stuff, or
No,
you just
no,
say
no.
it's just me teaching some guy what I do?
I'm gonna have a T-shirt made pretty soon though. It's gonna be a can. It's called Whoop Ass.
There you
Can
go.
of whoop ass. I like
Can of
it.
Whoop Ass. No,
I'm curious about something though. What gaps are you filling currently for yourself?
teaching him.
Oh.
I'm filling gaps.
Okay.
I get to see shit that kind of slipped by me
Uh-huh.
or I forgot. I've been at this shit for a long time, and so the gaps that I'm filling with Benny, it's really strange what I teach. The knife, the stick, the hands are all the same movements.
Right.
Now everybody says that, but you know what? In reality, it's not that. I want him to be able to move on a moment's notice, regardless of the situation or regardless of the weapon or no weapon. I want him to be able to move in a particular way that covers most problems. You know, so as I'm working with him, there's these little ideas that are popping up. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
oh
yeah.
shit, hey, what about that? What about that? So the beauty of teaching him is that I'm teaching myself.
Right.
I'm learning, you know. So, I mean, I got to tell Benny, I love you, Benny, because you're allowing me to learn,
Right.
you know. And a lot of people don't realize, you know, you think you don't know nothing. I don't claim I do. But the thing is, when you start teaching, you'd be surprised at how much shit that you can absorb from the student.
Well, especially from a quality student.
Yeah. Well, Benny's psycho. You know. No, he wants it. He wants it really bad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you could see.
Yeah,
I,
definitely.
He's
what you guys,
focused on the
what you
video.
guys see on the videos,
Yeah.
you're not seeing the four hard hours that he gets put through every session. I mean, hard hours, where the next day he's got to go to work and he's sore. You know,
Wow.
that kind of stuff. Well, here's the thing: if you want to be good, if you want to be able to punch, you got to punch. If you want to be able to swing that stick, you got to swing that stick. If you want to be able to hit hard, you got to hit hard. If you want to do it fast, you got to move fast. It's always intense. It's always intense all the time. You know, so you know, I do.
Damn, then you're in much better shape than we think you are.
Yeah. Dude,
No, he
yeah.
does most of the
I would have, I would have never thought you were 70.
No, seriously.
I actually thought you were in like 60s or something.
I thought he was in his late 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
when I heard that,
The
I was
hair
like,
kind of
what?
threw it off.
Yeah.
No, but I think I'll say this:
Uh-huh.
I've watched some of the best old Manones back in the past.
Yeah, you saw them.
No, you watch them. I mean, they couldn't even walk.
Yeah.
But when they got up to go show something, boom, they come alive.
Yeah, it's like Yoda.
Yeah.
He has a stick, but once he's going, he's like throwing.
Oh, especially like a Cagnetти. I mean, like I've seen him on two sticks, like creeping
Yeah.
over, and next thing you know, da-da, you know, he just like metamorphosizes into.
Isn't that weird how that happens? Because
Yeah.
I see
Yeah.
that a lot. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Once you're just crawling and bent over and hunched and everything, and then you go like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the opioids that I've seen, the good ones, I mean, there's just something in them. It's that you just let them time to go, they come alive. So,
Who was your heroes back then, other than Angel? Obviously, Angel was your master.
well, you know what? Believe it or not, I kept hearing about Illustration.
right.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got to go to the Philippines and I got to watch Mongromi,
Right.
and I got to see what they did and how they did it, and I'm impressed. If I wouldn't have a broken heart if I'd started out with Illustration, you know.
Uh-huh.
But that would have been hard training too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't fuck around at all.
Oh, really?
He'd fuck you up. Yeah, that was just part of it.
Was Angel like that too? Was he?
No, he softened up. I talked to Dentoy Revelar in the very beginning, back in the '60s. He was a beast. He was, you know, really physical.
Right.
And then later on, he calmed down. But I think as he got older, in my opinion, he became a better escrimador because he used technique and skill over power. So in my opinion, I think he had to compensate. So I think
the loss of power, yeah.
Yeah. So he didn't meet things head on. He found ways to overcome a younger, stronger opponent. So in that respect, I think he was a better escrimador.
Right.
You know, but I think if you could train with him back in the day, you would have seen another teacher. You know what I'm saying?
So he
And
kept evolving.
He kept evolving, and on top of that, he didn't even give diplomas back then.
Huh.
So there's people walking around that have been well trained that don't have a diploma.
And don't even
No
bother.
title whatsoever.
No title, no
Didn't care.
nothing, but you know, but they're well. If they stay busy, they're competent. But you know, but I've seen the same thing with. I'm trying to think of Danny's teacher. Doggone it. You guys know who he is. Anyway,
Danny.
he claims
Inosanto.
Inosanto. Anyway, his teacher used to come to our house.
Right.
So I knew who he was. I had no idea what a screamer was at that point. Keeping in mind that he was also a veteran and a war hero.
Right.
Wow.
And so was Max Sarmiento.
Right.
But anyway, long story short, I used to go to the park and I used to watch him train in the park. He was training kids in the park. Now, who are those people?
Yeah, where are they?
Where are they?
Yeah.
Same thing, the early students of Gilbert Tinio. He trained people.
Yeah.
They sort of drifted out. Who are they? There's a bunch of early Angel Kabbalah students that trained with Angel. No diploma, nothing.
Right.
Who are they?
Yeah, the first couple generations.
Yeah, we don't know who they are. You know, somebody does. Talking about that, there's a book being written about Stockton and Eskrima by a university professor right now.
Oh, wow.
And he's doing the research.
Wow.
Well, we know that we talked with Sonny Sison. You know Sonny?
Yeah, I had lunch with him in L.A. at Roscoe's.
Yeah, I saw
nice,
I
yeah.
saw the picture. You assholes, you
Yeah.
didn't invite me.
Waffles and chicken. Yeah.
But you know, he's talking about wanting to do a movie about that.
Yeah.
The Stockton stuff. I'm
Well,
like, dude,
I-
let us know. We'll, you know.
I think they should.
Yeah.
But the problem is like the truth of early Stockton and the fantasy of what Stockton was. As the book is going to show, if he wants to bring it all out, which he probably won't.
Right.
There's a lot of fantasy.
Let's do it now.
There's a lot of fantasy out there that people have come to believe.
Yeah.
That's really
the
not
hype
true.
is bigger than the.
All the
truth.
Omanones are human beings.
Yeah.
You know, they made mistakes.
Right.
But I love them for what they offered the Filipino community and the world.
Well, when they
But
were
they-
teachers, that was it. But when their real lives, they were whoever they,
They
were.
made
Yeah, I
mistakes.
get
Like
that.
me, I'm not pointing no fingers. I made hella mistakes in my time.
I
Yeah.
want to know, what's the biggest fantasy that you think we have wrong completely about Stockton?
Well,
And these guys breathe
one
fire.
of the big fantasies is that Leo Huron, Angel Cabales, and Gilbertino, they were all Masons. Well, if you know anything about Masonry, we won't hit each other, we won't fight each other. It's against the rules. So this thing about all of this animosity, yeah, they fight amongst themselves, but they never fought.
Oh.
It's the students that perpetuate that fantasy.
Oh, they had this battle and that battle and shit like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
These fantasies. So the thing is, the Omanones themselves, they never fought each other. Why is that? If you know, it's the students who perpetuate that fantasy.
Huh.
That's
They,
the same thing that who was that? Al DeCostas was telling us a story about that
yeah.
with him and Bruce
Yeah.
Lee, and the guy was like, "Yeah, you know,
We never-
Bruce Lee said, "No, you know, that's the stories that our students tell, and that's why
Yeah.
we get into these messes, you know, because they hype their masters so much and so loudly."
My
that-
dad can beat up your dad.
Yeah, that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, but here's the thing. You know, Pinoys are proud people.
Oh,
So
yeah.
so you know, like Angel
Sometimes
Cabales,
overtly.
if he calls himself number one, I mean, you know, that puts him in a corner.
Yeah, that's
So
a
the-
target
that-
on your back.
So
buddy.
no, I mean it means that all the other Omanones and everything, they're number 2 or 3.
Right.
So you know, they're not going to like that.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, but
And then the students will kind of carry that forward even,
yeah, there's
further.
just so many stories I know of, like Lacoste. Here's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so one time Angel kept hearing about Lacoste because I can't mention his name because it's too political.
Right.
But anyway, so Angel got pissed off because he's number 1. Well, what is this about Lacoste? So Angel goes to Lacoste's room, knocks on the door, goes in. Lacoste is sick. And he goes, hey, what's this I hear, you know, blah, blah, you're the Escrimador of Stockton. So Lacoste says, hey, Manon, he goes, I'm sick. He was sick. He gets out of the bed shaking. He goes, I'm no bitch, you know, more or less, in Filipino. He goes, I'll fight you. I'm not gonna take this kind of shit. So Angel put a tear in his eyes and he respected him.
Wow.
And he walked away.
See, now that's a reality story. Then,
Yep.
Because
Yeah.
it's not the
So-
whole bullshit.
No,
of, you know,
pride got in the way, but it was the respect that came from him standing up
He was-
sick.
Yeah. You know, so, you know, those are the stories that never get told.
Folks, you heard it here first. This is
Yeah.
some crazy shit.
So, no, I'm just saying, you know, the old timers.
Yeah.
And I seen Lacoste. I didn't understand his system,
Right.
you know, what he did. But Danny Inosanto absorbed it, took it, ran with it. I didn't have any real training with lacrosse. It's just what I saw. I saw him for the time I was probably 8 years old in the park,
Holy crap!
watching him swinging a stick. I just thought he was some old man that.
Crazy old must be a stick.
Oh, I didn't know what a screamer was.
Yeah, right.
That came later, but I mean, I did see him in
Did
the
you
park
grow up in the
training.
Bay Area?
I grew up in Stockton.
Stockton.
Yeah.
You were part of that.
Part of that whole thing.
Yeah.
So, Stockton was so different then.
Right.
It's you never have an idea what Stockton is now. What they call Little Manila is a fucking sign.
That's
But,
it.
but there was a time where there was just hundreds of Okinois walking
Right.
up and down the street. They had gambling halls, Chinese restaurants,
No brothels?
plenty of brothels. It was a happening place.
Right.
And then Stockton's idea was we're going to tear all that shit down and gentrify Stockton. But this meant that everybody went somewhere else. Still here. Stockton's still a dangerous town. In fact, the other day I looked it up. We're number 3 in California
Yeah.
as far as being a dangerous city.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Well, it bred a lot of bad people too. Though. I mean,
Yeah,
I
but-
remember back in the '70s when we would hear of BNG, which is Bahala Gang, right?
Yeah.
And you hear those stories, and then you hear stories about all of those guys who trained under Hiram did become
Gangsters.
actual gangsters and criminals, and all have dockets in the judicial systems.
If you look at Angel Cabales' students,
Yeah.
most of the people that were drawn to Angel Cabales is because he had that little edge about him. So a lot of the students were, let's just say, not the most upstanding members of society. I mean,
And you're being polite.
you're looking at Carlito right there. He used to pack a gun. He's still got one right now. And he's been in shootouts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, I've been in shootouts. We had, I don't want to mention names, just kind of like put him on radar.
Right.
We got one guy now, a minister. He was a scary man. He used to walk around with a trench coat with a sawed-off shotgun.
Wow.
I mean, so Angel Cabales sort of drew
That crowd.
that crowd.
Yeah, oh, of course,
Yeah.
because if he was a top guy to learn from that, something like that,
Oh.
Yeah.
then that's where you want to
He
go.
was number
As a-
one.
As a thug, you want to go and learn from the guy.
Yeah, well, you want to go learn from a guy who would actually kill people.
Right.
So, I mean, like, so if you want to really defend yourself in the streets of Stockton, what do you want to do? Well, you don't go to YMCA.
Right.
Learn karate.
No, I mean, nothing about that. You just go to a guy that's actually killed people.
Right.
So, that,
You want that track record.
Well, when he talks, you listen.
Yeah.
Been there, did that.
Right.
So,
That's crazy.
yeah. And, like I said
The real
about
stuff.
Lacoste, he's a bona fide war hero. He's killed people, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Same
So,
same
you know,
with Hiram.
I understand. I understand why Danny would wanted to absorb his training.
Yeah.
From what I understand, that Leo has a combat history too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they all did. They all did. Tinio, I'm not so versed on him, but I like Tinio. And he had some interesting, his hands, as far as his locks and body control movements were excellent. But then again, he was accepted by Wally J.
Oh, okay.
Wally J took his red belt off and gave it to Gilbert Tinio.
Really?
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, that's quite a compliment.
Isn't that unheard
Yeah.
of that for the guy to just
Well, Wally J was a humble man. Wally J never had nothing bad to say about anybody. That was one of his secrets to success. And I was proud to be able to teach at his honoring party after he passed away in Sacramento. I like Wally J.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, him and his small circle theory.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I've been to his house in Alameda, down
Do-
in the basement.
do you,
His wife just had a 100th birthday
Oh, wow.
party. Yeah, I should
Do,
have
do
gone.
you do seminars at all, or are you?
Not anymore.
kind of-
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to.
What were
long's it
you
been?
showing?
Yeah.
Well, I can't show my shit because they, I'm working
gonna get it.
I'm working at full speed.
Right.
So I mean, I gotta like slow it down, and then when you slow it down, it loses
Oh yeah, yeah.
it loses
Translation.
something.
Yeah.
So I
Lost
just
in
show
translation, yeah,
I
definitely.
just show simple stuff, and so that's as far as that goes.
So you were limited to what you could really
I'm
show.
limited
Yeah.
to what I could show. Because if you watch my videos, I'm moving at full speed all the time.
Oh yeah, I see that. I'm like, how the fuck are you moving that fast? By the way, as a fucking 70-year-old man, you move like a spring chicken. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, well, I'm slow now.
I mean, I can actually
I'm
see.
slow now.
I can actually see Benny trying to keep up with you from time to time.
oh, Benny's faster than me.
Benny is fast.
Oh
though.
no, I see them. I mean, he doesn't.
Were you not listening to the beginning? He just knows to put himself where he needs to be.
Yeah.
That's why it
No,
looks like he's
but
faster,
still, he
but
looks
Benny
like
moves
fucking
faster.
incredible.
Than
Well, see, the thing is, like, if I watch here, it's not so much that you're faster, it's that you're doing the right thing at the right time. And you cut all
them, yeah.
the superfluous shit out. But here's the thing is, that's not necessarily easy.
Right.
Because if I'm doing 5 things with one movement, it takes a while to be able to cut that down to that one movement. So
Right.
it's not necessarily easy. You know, it looks easy once you get there, but
Right.
to get there,
But to get there takes.
because I'm really doing 5 things, but it looks like I'm doing one. You know,
you,
so
a lifetime of learning to be able to do
that.
that.
yeah. Well, actually, Benny gets a benefit of that because I just tell him do that. Yeah, but I explain
Why? It covers
to
5 things.
He gets the readers.
No.
Readers Digest
No,
version.
he's earning it. So, like when I'm
Oh
teaching
no,
Benny,
I admire what Benny.
how do you get there? Is that every time he shows up, he gets something different.
Nice.
But it's all around the core.
Right.
So like he might do stick this time. We haven't done knife yet. It might be punching. We're going to start kicking. Maybe some locking. It's just.
Let me ask you
never
this:
know.
what got you to put those up on videos? Because that's something I would have thought you wouldn't.
No,
necessarily
I just
do.
wanted. Well, the thing is that you're not. Benny cuts out all the stuff that he wants to cut out.
Oh,
All
Benny
the
puts them up.
mistakes.
Okay.
Benny puts them out. No, not mistakes. Just
secrets.
no. I'm actually explaining
Uh-huh.
why.
Okay, the talking part. So
And Benny says, "I'm paying my dues. You're not getting it."
oh,
For free.
Yeah. No. But see, the thing is that if I
Smart,
explained
Benny.
it, the videos would be 30 minutes.
Right.
Okay.
So what you're seeing is we just put something on we're working on.
Okay.
But what's not shown is what
The stories behind it.
the story behind why he's doing certain things. In fact, right now this is pretty much a standard boxing
Uh-huh.
because I want him to learn how to throw his weight. I want him to be able to move. I want him to be able to work his body, and then pretty soon we're going to go into elbows, knees.
I showed a boxer one of the things
different
that you showed Benny, how you step in, you do this, and I showed it to one of my students who's a boxer. I said, "Hey, try this." He goes, "Holy shit! There's so much more power that I never even thought I could drag." He goes, "Yeah, I got that from some guy named Ron Saturno. This guy's incredible." He
Yeah,
was
we
talking-
read your postings about.
Oh, well, you guys fucked him up.
Yeah, I mean, he was like,
And he
'cause
thanked you?
he couldn't believe it. He goes, "Holy shit! How did you know that was going to work?" I goes, "Oh, I didn't. I just wanted to see if you could do it."
Yeah.
And
You
he
were
was
guinea pig.
blown away. He was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit!"
I
I've been
wanted
trying-
to find a victim. You know what? It's embarrassing that I'm over here giving an interview when the real master is right there.
Oh, we've talked to that guy already.
Yeah, he's a barroom brawler. That
Yeah,
guy.
barroom.
Yes, he is.
That's how you learn how to fight. You get drunk. You fight around drunk people.
Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah.
Folks, that was Michael Smith.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing now? I mean, is it that's it, Benny's, that's it, and then you're gonna die in peace and walk off in the sunset, or what? I mean,
Who knows?
yeah,
You know, so I was surprised that Benny came along. I mean, it was a blessing. It was my blessing.
yeah. Because
But
doesn't
I
that make
mean,
you young again? Doesn't it?
It
that gives you-
does.
right? It keeps
Yeah,
you.
I need to keep moving. But the thing is, see, Benny might find a student, and then we all work out together.
Nice.
You know, who knows? I mean,
Benny.
Hey, Benny, you need a student?
It's like we're both looking like, hey, I'm available.
we don't
I'll
know.
fight him for it.
We
I
don't
won't
know.
win, but it's okay.
We don't know. You know, life is weird.
Yes.
Well, you know,
I woke up one day married, and the next day I wasn't. I mean, I thought everything was fine. We don't know. People wake up sick.
It's okay, buddy. I felt
Yeah.
the same way.
Yeah.
I felt the same way.
But yours
where
wasn't
were you
a
on
dirty
time?
bitch like mine was.
Oh,
I wouldn't say that because I'm on camera.
he's already been divorced. He knows what that's like. Hey, you ready?
Hey, I paid for that. I paid for that.
You ready to do some demos?
Yeah.
You wanna
Yeah,
go?
I would love to.
Folks,
All
we're
right,
gonna
we're gonna
reset the
reset.
stage,
Be
and we'll
back.
be right back.
Oh my god.
All right, folks, we're back. As you know, at the end of our shows, we like to do some demos.
Yes.
And Master Guru Ron Saturno has agreed to do one, and he's also brought along his.
He brought his own uki. I won't get hurt today.
Although that would have still been fun to watch Naeem get beat up.
Although I would have enjoyed playing with him.
Yeah, and as a reminder, we are here at VEA
Yes.
with Mike Cardenas' collaborative stuff. And dude, if you guys ever get a chance, come out and see his shows.
And we
He
forgot
does
to
put
tell
on
you.
some really good.
Wolf's Den has some really cool stuff,
Yeah,
man.
Wolf's Den. Hey,
Wolfgang Armory.
Johnny, we're sorry we didn't get to show this because
So
this man was too
they were on the
fascinated.
table the whole time. So rewind and you will see them. But we forgot to talk about them. But dude, these are really cool. This is an awesome axe and the trainer to go with it. So look for him.
How much were they?
Oh, for you, we're gonna make sure we get a discount,
Yeah.
right? Because he's interested.
I like that Tommy Hawk.
Yes, you guys double.
Yeah,
Okay. So, folks, I'm going to go ahead and get out of the way.
Yeah.
Let's both, because
No,
these
yeah,
guys are going to go
definitely.
full bore. So, we'll be right back.
Are we ready?
Yeah. So what are you gonna show us today?
Okay. Well, I'll show you how they come together. Here, we're going to do what I don't like. He's going to give me a 1. Here, right? Okay. Just so we could start building up, right? So then, this is our Serrata outside number 1. You guys seen this so much.
Yeah.
Okay, here, step back on the 3. We're going to make the strike, and this is the lock. Okay, so what in a normal Serrata, you never see the low line kicking for the most part. It's just not shown. So really, when you start learning it, see, here's our thing right here. This is the outside. It don't have to be that. See, it could be anything that you want. It doesn't have to be the classical way that Angel Cabal showed it. See this? Look.
Oh.
It could be that. It could be whatever you feel at the time, depending on what the person's doing. If we don't have a stick, okay, this movement right here is called double knife hands. It's in a lot of the martial arts, right? So what I'm saying is, see, I'm already drawing this guy here.
Not to mention the kick you threw.
Yeah, it's a kick. I don't want to break his legs, right? But a lot of times you'll see this kind of stuff. It's really an outside number 1, right? See, you can do so much here, but it comes off of that movement. Sometimes, grab a stick, Manny. We have inside number 1. You'll show this, right? And then what happens? You go here, right? You come up, you come over the top, and then you do the lock. From these moves here, see, we have so many things that we can do. This is actually a throw, right? But what's being taught here is this. Underneath your arm, you have the axillary artery, Chinese medicine, heart number 1. This comes off of the subclavian, it goes to the axillary, it goes to the brachial artery. So basically, you shouldn't have 2 movements. So if we're going to break this down to the knife, then he comes in, see? I'm cutting that axillary artery. Now, I got a problem here. See? See? We're right here already. Now from here, there's the grind. Same move. See, remember? It went here, here, here. Here. I have control here. I cut the axillary, and now I'm going into the brachial, right? So then, whoa! I don't want to hurt him. You have a knife. I'm trying not to cut his throat. See, normally I'm moving at real speed. That's okay. It's okay. What I'm saying is here. Now, this could be this. You guys see this? We've seen this. But what a lot of guys do is that they leave their arm there. You see it? So here's the inside number 1. See? It's this. So in case the guy pulls. See? But it's, see, that's the real one. See? It's the inside number 1. Outside number 1. Right? So then that's same movements. If I'm doing hands and the guy throws, see? There.
Oh shit.
Then you're going to come in.
Yeah, you destroyed as you.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it could be here. See? And let's say the guy's got a knife now, right? It's just, you just start feeling what you're doing. But the big thing is, start moving. You just start. See, you're going to start feeling this. Now the guy comes. You know, this is from the 3. Give me a 3. That's a 3. So the guy comes. It was already there. Already took the cut. Now on the cross block that I showed you earlier, give me a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? See? It's there. If I got a blade, there. I'm going slow. That's what that 2 really was. It wasn't. Angel Cabales threw it that way for safety. Like, give me a 1. I threw the 2. Do the shoulder roll. See it?
Yeah.
But really, to end it, there it is.
You barely touched the stick.
That's a real 1.
Wow. Dude.
Yeah, that's amazing.
I'm really glad I wasn't the one demonstrating that because
You
I'd be
know,
lost.
I'm going slow today because I want the camera to see it.
Dude, I have to slow that down even more on the camera. What are you talking about? Slow it down. I couldn't see. All I saw was blurs. I'm gonna literally.
But believe it or not, it was a lot easier to catch the moves than it is when he puts a video up.
Yeah, you know what's amazing because I've seen that inside and outside ones so many times, and again because the guy holds a hand out here and does all the stuff. But for you to break it down and really explain what's really happening and the reality of it all and how it is in application, it just blows my mind. I mean, I never realized you could do all of that with the way everybody else shows it.
Yeah, because the cut radius is about that much. That covers the neck, the face.
Yeah, you just
The slipping the weapon instead of actually making contact with the weapon is just a direct line to that cut.
Yeah.
Versus an actual stop and then moving on to the next
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I knew where it's going to be.
one. Right.
Right. So you're already cutting it off.
It's
before
already,
you got
it's already
to it, right?
timed.
Yeah.
It's already timed.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Dude, I'm just so. I mean, I'm so glad that we finally got to get you on our show.
yes,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so
Thank
much.
Okay, no,
Thank you.
thank you, Benny.
Benny, thank you so much, brother.
No.
Thank you.
thank
All right,
you so
hey,
much.
thank you.
you
Thanks
guys
for
are
having
Folks,
us.
awesome.
before we get out of here, anybody want to shout out to or like curse or badmouth? Carlito's right over there.
Yeah, he'll tell them into his face. he'll do this.
There's a long line.
There's a long line.
We'll be here all day, folks.
Yeah, there's a long line. If you hear me naming them off, yeah. No, if I don't say nothing to a man's faith, I got nothing to say.
There you go.
There you go.
That's the real man
Well,
right there.
folks, this has been an incredible episode of College Conundrum with me, Rick,
And Minain,
and Guru Ron Saturno,
Saturno,
and his
and
number one only student,
Benny,
Benny. That's all we know.
my future teacher, because he sucks. Thank you. Oh,
No,
it's usual.
3, 2, 1,
one,
cut!
They're
He
leaving
just
already.
walked off on the show.
Sorry, that flew. I was going to go for his throat.